Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear bonus stream. That's right, I'm Pat Bear, and I'm here to play PowerWash Simulator and take a look again at the Tomb Raider pack. The last time it was the day of release that the Tomb Raider pack came out, and so we went in cold and just started washing stuff. Since then, I have almost fully completed the pack, where I'm going to pick up where I left off in the last one, kind of finish it up with you, and we'll also take a look at the parts of the stream, parts of the pack that I didn't get a chance to look at last time. If you're currently a subscriber to the old Build with Bear workshop and bonus streams, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, and the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. I am aware that for those that are watching live, that's not many of you. If you are watching this later on the VOD or on my YouTube for the archive, thank you very much and hello to you. But if you are a subscriber, you can throw the emotes in the chat. Harold just cheered 100 bits. Thank you so much, Harold. Got to go and hit this right here. Cha-ching. The bit thing showed up. I think the sound is delayed on the bits a bit there. But welcome, Harold. Hello to you, Lord Crashington. Welcome, welcome, friends. Happy to have you here. So yeah, PowerWash Simulator, Tomb Raider pack. Now, there's going to be a Final Fantasy VII pack, coming out next month. Comes out on a Thursday, so we can't look at it the day it's released, but that's okay, because we should probably take a little bit of a break on the whole PowerWash Simulator. Like, I think we'll probably take a look at it 2 weeks from now. Also, I can't look at it next week, because next week is the Subathon. The Subathon. So that's 1 week from tonight, Tuesday, February 28th, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, running till ? Running for a while. I don't know how long the stream's going to be, but the subathon will be an attempt to break my record and get to 75 subscribers, which is going to be one more than the most I've ever had, which was 74. Harold's birthday is also that day, which is lovely, and we'll, of course, say happy birthday to Harold during that as well, to H-Bomb and friends. But yeah, the subathon, that's a week from tonight. The goal is always to get to 40. We're going to make the goal 75 for that, for the subathon. Will we get to 75? I don't know. Maybe people really want me to drink Pepsi milk. They could. It'll be diet Pepsi milk, but diet milk. Maybe people want some diet milk. Maybe people want to, some of the other sub goals. Maybe they just want to hang out. Maybe they will not come at all. It's possible. Anyway, it'll be fun. That's going to be next Tuesday. What's tonight? PowerWash Simulator. That's right. We're getting into it. I'm going to retweet my tweet. See if we can get a few more friends to join us tonight. That would be lovely. And I'm going to load up PowerWash Simulator. Now, last time I did this, I had your audio muted, but not my audio. And we're not doing that this time. You're going to get audio. And you can let me know if it's too much or whatever. But you're getting some audio, because I'm not going to be the only one to get audio. Let's go to game. Booyah. Here we are. So we go, and you just want to drop in and say hi. Well, Harold, hi. Thank you for dropping in. I will catch you later. I hope you can come hang out on Thursday or Saturday or whenever you'd like, my friend. Thanks for spending a little of your time with me tonight. So we're going to go to Special, which is going to go to Tomb Raider, which is the Tomb Raider pack. You can see we are almost done with the campaign. We're going to go in there, and we can also restart the last one, or restart the whole campaign, which we don't want to do. And you can see here, we are going to the Croft Manor's treasure room. Ooh. And the jobs that we have completed were, we went and did the outside of the manor. You saw me do that a couple weeks ago. Lara Croft's obstacle course and quad bike was the second job. Then her Jeep and motorboat, which is hitched behind the Jeep. And then a maze, which was fucking cool. And we're going to look at all of that. But let's finish the pack. Let's finish the fight. Let's continue the campaign. I'm at 83%. So let's just jump in and see what's up. We're going to resume the job here. So you can see we got a bunch of stuff. We can kind of take a little tour of this. One thing that I wanted to not wash, but then I did by mistake, so my apologies, where there was like vehicle tracks inside of here, and you could see it in dirt over the carpet, but I washed that, and I apologize. I wasn't going to, and then I did. So we got the T-Rex, and then if I go over here and I press this button, the T-Rex roars. That's fun. And then I was like, there's a door here. Does this do anything? And as far as I know, it doesn't. Maybe it does once I'm done washing. But as you can see, I mostly just have the roof parts done, or to go. I have done just about everything else, but I have lots of ceiling stuff left, which is not fun. This armor is cool, and a mannequin. That's fun. We got some lots of references to Tomb Raider. We got glass you can see through, friends. This is a big deal for PowerWash Simulator. Mirrors, or not mirrors, but glass that you can see through. That's not a thing they had, and that's pretty cool. Interactivity, like this button you can press to do stuff, that has been in some levels. There's also one other cool thing that I will reveal right now. We can open the globe, and there's our little friends. The gnome, we got a gnome, but we can put a gnome places. Put a gnome right there. No mirror tech. No, Lord Crasher, no mirrors, but there was a gnome in there, and I think that's fun. So let's just start spraying. You can hit the C button here. I will go back and start doing, like, I'm just doing wide swaths right now. That's kind of my goal. In fact, I should switch to the Pro nozzle here, and then I'm just going to do wide swaths, and then I'll go back and do finishing touches by hitting the tab button to see what I still need to do. You know what I mean? So right now I am just in a locked position here, kind of. You know, the camera's locked, so that I can free spray, and I'm just going to hit areas. And we're just going to go from 84% up to 100% and finish this up and finish the thing. And then we'll go into free, and I'll show you all the areas that I washed outside of streams. Because I was thinking of, like, oh, I could save it. But I was like, nah, I'll just go back. I also like power washing. I think Laura revealed that you and her have a mutual friend. Explain how she knew about you. Yeah, there's something about it. We got hired. It made it clear that there seems to be only one employee in this manor, and they didn't have access to this room, but that does not explain why others, like, I get why there was a vehicle that was dirty. That makes sense to me, that, like, a Jeep would be dirty, but it doesn't make sense why, like, the garden was dirty, the maze. It's like, nah, come on. Nobody cleans around here? Nonsense. So right now I'm just blasting, just hitting wide areas here. There's a lot of Tomb Raider references that I can immediately recognize as this is a reference, but I don't know, like, what it's a reference to, because I played the first Tomb Raider and the second Tomb Raider, and I remember dinosaurs, various dinosaurs, and climbing things, and that's about it. And then I played a little bit of that, like, isometric game, multiplayer game with Lara Croft and, like, some other people that were around, and I thought that was pretty cool. But that's about it as far as me remembering things about Tomb Raider and my experience with Tomb Raider. I just don't have a lot of Tomb Raider experience. So yeah, I'm just going to spray stuff. We're already at 88% by me just, like, running around here like a goof. And then we'll just have to start tracking stuff down and finishing projects up. That is how I tend to tackle these kinds of large-scale cleaning operations, is I just, like, do small sections, goof around, or I'll hit wide sections kind of goofily, and then go back. I should say goof a lot. And then I'll go back and, like, finish the fight and fill in. Like, I can see I'm missing a bunch of stuff here, but I can get a lot of it done and then go in and clean it up. Also, anything I can do to avoid using a ladder, I am going to avoid using that ladder, because it can be really annoying to have to constantly move the ladders around. So if I can spray it without a ladder, I'm going to do that. That's just my style. My skis here. There, I might have to adjust some stuff here, use some different gear, use some different equipment. I'll eventually probably use a ladder. I can do this and put an extension on there, which is gonna make it more powerful. And will probably be good for this kind of thing. I can now start just, if I finish something up accidentally, that's fun. That's fun for me. So we're just gonna go around, just start hitting stuff, and then we'll get into the part where we start like seeing what else we need to do. But yeah, this one I did like a lot of work here. So. Alright, now we just go and spray around here, just sweeping, just clean it up. The interiors. What are my thoughts on the interiors? In general, they can be pretty frustrating because like they are so big. I think I prefer the outdoor areas more than the indoor areas, both in this pack and just the game in general. I think I'm more inclined to be interested in that. I actually think that vehicles are probably my favorite thing to clean of anything in the game. I do like cleaning up vehicles, I think maybe more than locations, but I'm always interested to see what kind of locations end up in the game and what they end up doing with them. I don't mind a big location. I do also like here's a location that was right next to a thing you already cleaned. I think that is a fun choice, and I look forward to those when those show up. I think those are neat, so I'm not against that. Ceilings are, I still haven't found a way to enjoy the ceilings. This is my least favorite. As you can see by the fact that this is the last thing that I have left to clean is all this ceiling stuff that I have done everything else in this other than the ceiling, because it's just kind of boring to look at because you're just looking straight up. Or, well, angled up. You're not straight on like this. There's still going to be an angle. But yeah, I think that that's not as fun as other cleaning. If I go to the long extension here, can I do this without a ladder? Can I just get up here? Yeah, I could do that. I could just kind of walk it back and forth. That's not bad. Spray that. Go and walk around here. Do some spraying. But yeah, I did all of this, and now I just have ceiling left, unfortunately. Again. Oh, there you go. I got that part done. That's fun. I jumped up to 95% done by doing that. See, wall mounting is all done here. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was planked ceiling, yeah. But yeah, well, I would say I've gotten a lot of streams out of this game, and I've enjoyed my time with it. It is soothing. That when you get down to like you can't find that one spot, like that's obviously frustrating when you're just like, there's one little section left and I can't see it, and I'm hitting the tab button and nothing's showing up, and I don't know what I'm missing, and oh, I guess I have to use the spray to get into a nook and cranny that I haven't seen yet. Like that can be incredibly frustrating, and I'm not gonna stand here or sit here. I should say I'm sitting. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's not super frustrating. All right, so I'll do this like this, that, and then see if I can just walk backwards, clean some of this here. I can just do that. Area here is not going to be as good going this way, but we can just get some of this done here. Spray all this. Ooh, that's not even getting it. Have to do that. Some of this dirt is really sticky. Doesn't want to come up. We might not actually finish this. Eventually, I might just be like, no, we're moving on, and we'll just go into the free play and look at the stuff that I've already completed and show you around the wonderful world of the Croft Manor and the various things that needed my attention to wash here. get that eventually. Just basically trying to do this without having to rely on ladders, because ladders are just a pain in the ass. You got to keep moving them, moving around. I haven't found a new podcast game besides this. This has been my go-to podcast game for quite some time. Of course, folks that have been following me know that I have been about 30 days or so just living on my own for a little while here, and so I listen to Ladders Are for Chumps. So I listen to a lot more podcasts just walking around than I would in my normal day-to-day. But so I don't actually need to get caught up on stuff, but I don't know. I started listening to recently. I've started adding in like classic wrestling podcast stuff. Cultaholic, who I like for their wrestling coverage. They have a weekly podcast that's long that I like about the week in wrestling, but they do stuff on various it's this week in what happened on Nitro, WCW Nitro, and we're following along with what happened in this week in Raw, and I wasn't listening to those before, but I need more things to listen to, so I have a bunch of those now on my phone. Lord Crasher says, I've continued listening to old bombcasts and ran to one that ended with a pop punk song about GB that someone made for them. Yes, I used to have that on my phone. There was like a well-produced pop punk song about Giant Bomb. I believe I purchased that song, so it's probably somewhere in my in some playlist somewhere. I believe I purchased that, or maybe I just downloaded it. But yes, I believe I did have that song about a punk rock song about Giant Bomb. That is in there. Well, Lord Crashin, if you come across any emails from Pat from Brooklyn, that is me. When I first started writing letters in, I just said Pat from Brooklyn instead of Pat Bear because it predated anyone outside of, I guess, Jeff maybe and Ryan maybe knowing who I was. So there are some Pat from Brooklyns there. And then later, of course, there are some just Pat Bears, especially when the periods where I knew Drew was reading the emails. I wouldn't send them to Drew, but I would address them to Drew and put them in something in that I thought he would find interesting. That was my trick to getting on the Bombcast in email form. What are you saying here? I've enjoyed Ryan talking shit about people sending emails without names and locations. Oh yeah, you gotta say where you're from and who you are, unless you're specifically talking secrets and you can't reveal personal information, which I understand. But yeah, I got a few emails read because I specifically made them something that I thought Drew would be interested in when he was doing emails. Because I understand how to play people. Oh, we're at 96%. We've been at 96% for a while. I might not finish this off with y'all. I might just hunt and peck this on my own. I haven't quite decided yet. We're like so far down here because we got to get into all these cracks and crevices. Do these support beams here. The beam. But yeah, we can hit tab and see what I've missed, and I've missed a lot. Let's see. Maybe we'll try to get like 97%. You got to play the game, right? Yeah, it's all about the game and how you play it. Maybe we'll try to get like 97% on this one, and then we'll jump and we'll look at some of the other lovely stages that I've already completed in this expansion. Let's see what else is going on. Because like I said, this is a cool area. It's just I've left the most boring part. All we've got left is, I guess we can climb on this. We can jump on this dinosaur here. Jump on this dinosaur. We're going to walk the dinosaur. That's actually kind of cool. Now we can clean up here. some cleaning. We are forget. Why would I bother using a ladder when I can stand on a T-Rex that, according to Lara Croft, is real? But this was a real T-Rex. Oh, got one of those done. Cool. Clean all this. Hell yeah. We're getting a bunch of lights done. That's good. Go over here. Hell yeah. Okay, only got one left here. Whoops, I fell. There we go. Let's get back on this T-Rex and clean a little bit more up here. We got all the lights done. That got us to 97, so... Wait, what was it? What was that? Oh, that was that step ladder. Or the step stool, I should say. I was like, can I press a button on this? Can I interact with this T-Rex? I didn't think I could. Oh. Parkour. There we go. That's what I want to do. Because now I can just spray a bunch of ceiling stuff and clean a bunch of this. Do a bunch of stuff here. Do all that stuff. Thanks everybody for joining me tonight. I know that I pretty recently checked this out and I have been looking at this a lot. I would like in March to start playing some other games that are not this. But the video game budget for your friend Pat is a little light right now. It's actually pretty much, I would say, non-existent. I don't have much of any budget for games right now. So, yes, totally normal way, what I'm doing right now. Totally normal and chill and reasonable how I'm cleaning. Yeah, got some sections down here. What was I going to say? Oh, so, but... I am going to next Tuesday, as part of the subathon, we will take a look at Persona 4 Golden mods. I was meaning to do that a while back, but what I didn't realize was when the 64-bit version, when it got updated from the 32-bit to 64-bit on Steam of Golden to align with it appearing on consoles, modern consoles, or current-gen consoles, I should say, that... all of the mods would have to be like ported to the new system, and some of the mod creators wouldn't necessarily immediately do that. So it took a while before a lot of the ones that I wanted to have in there have gotten in. So we're going to take a look at that next Tuesday as part of the subathon, and then I'll probably look at it again in March because it should be fun, and I also understand that some people probably won't tune in for all of that, the subathon. I've also found a bunch of like VHS industrial video stuff about video games that I can show while I'm eating, because at some point I will stop and eat during the subathon because I got to have my dinner sometime. So I figured out that what I would do is have some like videos that are for like a Nintendo employees, and there's like a GameStop one. I don't know. I just got a folder full of some industrial video stuff that I thought would be cool to share on stream while I, try to. There's something else tall to stand. We'll just jump on this exhibit there now. So yeah, I've got a few things that I can share with y'all while I eat next week, because I'm gonna have to eat on stream. You have to change categories for the eating category. I mean, yes, I will try to keep up to date on. I'll go to food and drink while I'm doing that, but I will try to keep up to date on the various things that I am doing on stream while I'm doing them, because I like updating the category. But I'll be playing a couple video games. I said Persona 4 Golden with mods. We'll take a look at that. I'm probably going to do some Hearthstone. It's been a while since I streamed Hearthstone, and I know some people are very much against any Activision Blizzard games, and I respect that and understand it. I have not looked at Hearthstone in a while, but I am looking for some things that are low impact for me to do. And Hearthstone is pretty low impact as far as setup and computer, and it is something I can talk about while playing, which is nice, because otherwise I run out of things to say while I'm playing some games. So I will be doing that. Oops, fell off the ladder. Let's actually swap down here to the stub and just hit all of this shit. A lot easier to get in the nooks and crannies this way. But yeah, we're at 98%. I've got a lot left of this to clean, so I don't think we're going to finish this one tonight, but we can go to the other. We can go and take a look at the other things that there are to do in this pack, including some interactive stuff that is fun and was a big surprise to me that this would be included. So we can get into all that. Let's see, we did that. Yeah, because we're going to have to do all these fucking beams are going to have to get hit. And they're going to fucking take forever. The ceiling, this part of the ceiling needs to get done. It's just like so much left. So much little amounts of so much area. Even though we're at 98% of it, there's still like a lot left to do. Because the percentage is just like sections that you finished. So it's just like, yeah, this is going to just be a while. But yeah, next week will be a mix of some video stuff and some games. I haven't streamed Hearthstone in quite some time. I have some good, really fun scam decks to play. Some good like mana cheats that inevitably lead to some nonsense. And I think it'll be cool. People will like it. And again, the goal is to hit 75 subscribers, and there's some things that get unlocked along the way, like showing all of my TV appearances, including what I don't have online anywhere, but I will include is because I will probably get a takedown notice. I have my appearance on Difficult People Season 3, and I'll talk a bit about that because I've talked about it, but I've never shown it. And the clip of me in Broad City, and my bit that I did in Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. That's right, not the Tonight Show. This was Late Night. I got a better copy of that a few years ago. I've always had that, but I got a much better copy to upload. It's an HD copy instead of the original version, which was bad. It was just low quality. So we'll be showing all of that. And a couple College Humor things I'm in, one of which is, oh boy, the quality of it is terrible because it got taken off. I mean, it was off their website, but it got taken off YouTube. And so I just grabbed a backup from somebody on Facebook. The fun parts of the old Bobcast, the great break songs. I mean, good music in there. Anything you get canceled for? No, I don't think so. I've talked about College Humor quite a bit here, the stuff that I did for them. So I occasionally would get asked to do some character stuff. There is there's a couple things that I probably won't include just because it's like weird, or I'm not like what they're like. I don't have lines in it. I'm just standing around, so I probably won't include those. The first thing I ever did for them was I played like a weird vampire in a Twilight parody thing, and I might actually dig that up because I don't think I included that, but maybe I will because that was the first thing I was in for them, so that may be kind of fun to look at. That was goofy in a way that I liked, but a lot of it is just like old and maybe good. I mean, there's definitely in a few things that I think are very funny, and I was definitely in a few things that I think were not funny. But actually, I'm going to write that down here. I'm going to my Subathon Google Doc, and I'm going to write down So other CH bits, because there's the FYE guy, and let's see, what was the other one? Oh, the Twilight Vampire and the Saw parody. I just realized there were a few more that I don't have art for. I have the best one, which is the one that's in my reel, which is me as one of the 12 Santas of Christmas, because, 12 days of Christmas, there are 12 Santas of Christmas. I'm in the 12 Beards of Christmas, I should say. I'm in that, and that's pretty good. All right, we're not going to finish this one up. So what we're going to do is we are going to hit the save button here, and we are going to go to complete it. And we're going to take a look at all of these that I've already completed. Here, we already saw the craft manor, so we're going to go, I got to go, that's right, I got to go back to free play. So I can do all the ones that I have finished here in this. So let's go take a look at the obstacle course, and that'll get rid of whatever progress I made on the last free play job I did, which is fine. Drink a little water. So we'll take a look at this before I start spraying. This is the obstacle course. You can see obstacle 1 in the corner there. This is obstacle 2. Obstacle 2, pretty easy. Obstacle 3, got a little climbing area here. Big jump on that one. And then, you might need to climb up here, or you might need to climb back up to make that jump again. Climb the rope. And then you got a bunch of obstacle stuff on here. You can parkour your way up. Do a little parkouring. And then, nice little ramp there. Go over, and then go down into the muck. This looks like muck. This is not muck, you can see. But you go in the pipe. And guess you want to climb up there. Yeah, go down this rope. And you end up on the quad bike, which will just spray the hell out of here. We're in free play, so we'll just go to... Wait, is that not in free play? Wait, do I not have access to... I don't have the cool my cool tribe thing in this mode. In free play. Oh, that's annoying. I wanna hit it with the tri-tips. I really want to fucking whip its ass, but whatever. We'll just hit it with the power spray here. We won't stick to any of these for too long, but I did want to show all of the various stages, which I think are fun. I think they're fun ideas for these. Surprised you don't just have everything unlocked. Yeah. I mean, I understand that the challenges, these special challenges, they want to limit what you can do. Like, if you do the Mars rover, which is the first challenge, you can only use the first gear, the first levels of equipment. I'm like, that makes sense. But yeah, let me have my cool thing. I had to buy it in the regular mode. I unlocked it. Let me use my cool sprayer. Really fucking. It means that the regular challenge levels, the challenge jobs, are somehow easier than the free play. I don't know about that. We'll just hit all this, clean everything up. We're not trying to hit 100% or anything on this, but we're just taking a look at everything. It's fun to look at all the various equipment in here. Tires and all that. And then we get jump on the bike. My favorite part of cleaning is, of course, when you stand on the thing you are cleaning to continue to clean it. That is the best part of any cleaning job, is standing on top of it. Can't clean it unless you are... Where am I standing right now, friends? I don't know where I'm standing. I'm somewhere. I'm technically standing on this vehicle. Where? I don't know. But yeah. Front cover of the quad. Clean this here. Just hitting the old tab to see where I need. Holding tab down will make all the dirt appear, and then you know where you need to go. clean the rest of it. Of course, I'm seeing all of that in the background because I haven't cleaned any of that. Yeah, see whatever needs cleaning. You can always hover over too to see what they want you to do, what you've missed. Because sometimes it's not super, it doesn't super read, depending. But yeah, I think we have done, and then you can hit escape, and we'll just scroll down here. Have we done everything on the quad bike? We'll go down to that. All right, so one of the exhaust is not done. That's it. Everything else is done on the quad, so let's find the exhaust that we need to do, which is, you can see. There it goes. Now it's done. We've done every part of this thing, which obviously we can't ride. It would be fucking cool. It'd be weird if you could. If you could just ride this, but no, you can't. Oh, let me get a ladder. Get up top. Find this. Here's the ladder. Oh, yes. Hi, Omega 9. I build model kits on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 9 p.m. Eastern until 11 p.m. Eastern. So on Tuesdays, I do something that is not model kit building. It's our bonus stream. But yeah, if you want to tune in for a build stream, on Thursday, I'll be finishing up the Elfreet from Witch from Mercury prologue. It is the, so yeah. Oh, and thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. Let's hit the old applause there. And if people want to throw in the Bear Cave, the Lego, and the Scythe emote, Omega 9, thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming in from Mastodon. Reminder, friends, I'm on Mastodon, Pat Bear at mastodon.content.town. That is the Mastodon instance run by Will Smith and Brad Shoemaker of Not Another Tech Pod. Of Brad and Will Made a Tech Pod. I almost said Not Another Tech Pod, which is not the name of it. It's Brad and Will Made a Tech Pod. They have a Mastodon server, and I'm on there. So we unfortunately cannot interact with this item. It would be very weird if they let you interact with this, especially because the Tomb Raider pack that we are currently taking a look at does have some things that you can interact with that are weird, but that is not one of them. You know, in the past you could like turn a Ferris wheel on or have music play at a carousel, or turn that fucking music off immediately, because what were we doing? But this one, they added a few things, so we'll do that. I was going to dip for tonight. All right, well, thank you, Omega 9. Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you subscribing. I think I saw maybe David Ellis tweet that he found another Brad Shoemaker and confused by that. Yes. Yes, he found a different Brad Shoemaker in a group, a Facebook group that David belongs to. And so that I mentioned how recently Alex Navarro was talking about how there is an Alex Navarro thanked in a Sony game who is not Alex Navarro from Nextlander. Because it turns out, so here's the weird thing. I didn't do digging. I just looked it up. It was this is not creepy. I just looked up who this other Alex Navarro was. This other Alex Navarro also is a New Yorker because he works for the billing for Sony, which is in New York. So there are two New York-based Alex Navarros who are involved in games in some fashion. Now, of course, the Alex Navarro is the same as the Jeff Gersman that are thanked in Tunic is because of the E3 couch. Having the folks on there, and which meant a lot to the team as a bit of exposure in the beginning of them in the game. And so they thought to give a shout out to Jeff and Alex, which is very kind of them. And very cool. At least Navarro's not much of an uncommon name. No, Brad Shoemaker is definitely not a name I have heard other people have. There's also like there's been a footballer. There's an Australian footballer named Alex Navarro. There's a model. Like there are other Alex Navarros out there, but it is weird to have there be two instances of Alex Navarros be thanked in video games, and then be two different Alex Navarros. That is kind of interesting. Um, but yeah, Alex, of course, no stranger to be in video games. The fact that he was a Harmonix employee, so he is certainly thanked. We're just like goofing around here. I already watched all this. We don't have to worry about this shit, but I figured we could goof around and see some stuff. But hey, I will say this: that I should mention this now that Omega has dipped out. Omega 9 is, as far as I can tell, the first person to ever check out a stream because of a post I made on fucking Mastodon. That is most likely because people that have joined Content.Town's Mastodon instance are using the local, which just puts in all the people that are in there that have posted. Apparently people are checking that out, which is nice. I don't use that enough. I never did it on the previous Mastodon I was part of because it was too big. Because I was on Mastodon.social, and that's just too big of a zone. So I didn't get involved in that shit. But it's cool. That is fun. That is a fun thing that somebody saw what I posted and was like, oh, Pat does model kit building streams. I'm going to go check that out. That's nice. And now we're at 35 subscribers. The goal is 40. Whoa, we jumped way too high on that. I bet I won't be able to recreate that. Let's see if I can do that. Holy shit. Physics. We just got fucking air on that. What the fuck? Why did we get so much air on that? I didn't know we could do sick tricks. God damn, this ramp is cool as shit. It does have fun physics, but I didn't expect this. Oh, we didn't get enough height on that one. I didn't time my jump right. I'm getting too cocky on this because I hit run. Boom. Holy shit. Forward momentum. That's ridiculous. The speed run tech. Yes, we're going to speed run the obstacle course. We should do a little parkouring while we're here. Try to get up. See if we can get up top up here. Oh, hit this one. Oh, yeah, this one. This one's hard to get up on. But we can get up on this. We can do this. I say we can do this, but we'll see. All right. Now we got to get onto there. And then we can get up here. Then. Oh, we almost made it. Tony Hawk DLC. Yeah, right? I mean, there is a skate park, and it is fun. The worst part of this map is the zip line isn't usable. Right, Lord Crashing? Totally. But yeah, I mean, there is the skate park, and it does have the loop-to-loop, which is fun. And we can just jump up and boom, and then boop, and then we're here. Hey, look, it's us. Then we can grab a ladder from way over there. Let's pull this. Let's get this. We can't run with the ladder. Yeah, it is the only thing keeping us from that. But we can do this now. Now we can get up in here. Goof around up here. Like that. Whoop. 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 Nope. Whoop. 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 Let's try this. Let's try crouch jump. Whoop. Oh no. All right, fine. We'll do the ladder walk. Whoops. Do the ladder walk and then jump over here. Pick up the ladder. Put the ladder there. Boom. Now we're up top. Here we go. Hello, it's us. All right, let's look at another map here in the free play. Let's just move on to the maze. I just want to, and then we'll reset the last free play. There we go. Is the truck door the only working door in the game? As far as I can tell, yes. The only car doors that open, the only vehicle doors that open are on the Jeep, which we will look at when we go to the Jeep and the boat. But I believe that is true. So we watched this before. We got out here, we watched all this stuff, and then the door opened, and now we can go into the garden. And of course, there's a bunch of stuff to wash here. I like this because it's like you're not washing these walls, but for some reason this stuff got left unattended. So there's a bunch of stuff to clean here. But then of course, you know, it's just like pretty. Some of this stuff like hides what's dirty underneath it, and I think that sucks. I think the foliage tech in this game is not up to snuff. So I would call bullshit on the foliage. Because, like, I don't know what needs to get cleaned behind it, and I think that's a mistake. I think they could have just done it next to it instead of having it covered, and I don't particularly enjoy that. But we'll come over here, and you'll see. Oh, there's an area in there. There's something in there. How do we get there? Well, we'll have to investigate. I'll have to see if I can remember how to get there. Here it is. Here is a thing that is cool, and as far as I can tell, an interactive thing new for this game, or for the pack. Opening the hatch, and the hatch has sound, and of course the hatch needs to get cleaned. So we could have like missed this, cleaned all of this section, and then gotten here and been like, well, what hatch? What hatch? And have to find the hatch. So then we go down a ladder. Thankfully, we do not have to clean it here. This somehow has been kept clean. I don't understand how that's possible. And then we come up here, clean that, but also, boom, check this shit out. And then, of course, we got our friend the gnome. The gnomes were out of the game for a while because they were fucking up a lot of stuff. But yeah, this is fucking cool. That this part of the stage is just like hidden away. And you have to go in some tunnels. I'm also glad we don't have to go there. And then also, they're like, we got these friends here, our Tula statues. Which is, you know, there's a lot of, like, stuff that was stored in this, you know, stuff that, like, Lara Croft has collected were taken from, you know, supposedly bad people. But she is a Tomb Raider, so you know. The politics of it, not great. But who knows, like, this might have been a family thing that was in there for a long time. I do like the idea that somebody has been watering and pruning these bushes and keeping an eye on them, but didn't clean anything. But they did keep the plants alive. And I'm just like, really? Sure. Sure thing. It's like, sure, okay. It's like, fine. This area is not ADA compliant. You're right. But apparently, like, also just it being ladders, like, and who keeps the underground tunnel clean and all kinds of stuff. Clearly, this place needs more staff because it got bad. The point where they had to call me in to do my thing. I don't know. I think this is pretty neat. Let's like get some of this cleaned and then move on. But I like the idea of the hatch. The hatch being a thing that also needs to be cleaned, but you can operate it. I think that is a cool touch. I look forward to seeing what kind of bullshit is in the Final Fantasy and what they end up doing in that to differentiate that from the rest of the game. Another stage in the game. I don't know. I just think it's neat. Yes, definitely, Lord Crashington. You got to install some elevators here, or some ramps, or maybe a way to get in here that you could just go through the maze to get in here, because that's obviously much easier is to have access via maze and not via a hatch and a walkway. Just knock out one of these walls. Be really, really good for people that want to have access. This is limiting. Unnecessary limiting. Great. We cleaned a hatch. All right, let's get back down here. Just weird. Yeah, I mean, look, at best, she's just clueless, right? Like, if she's not actively trying to be ableist, then she is certainly clueless about these things. Sorry, I got to clean my glasses here for a little bit. Barely rehearsed my video series. New episode coming out tomorrow. I'm not wearing my glasses in it because the character that I'm portraying would not have glasses, in my opinion. So I took the glasses off. A fairly rare occurrence for the old, for anything I do, to not have my glasses on. But yeah, it didn't fit with the character, so I skipped the glasses. So the plan is we're gonna clean up. We're gonna take a look at the boat and the Jeep, which are the last things that we haven't looked at yet. And then we're going to go back and we're going to try to 100% that the last stage there. We're just going to go in and do that. And that'll be pretty much the stream for this evening. I do have plans to at some point get WWE 2K23. I'm going to put it out there that it'll be something that I would like to get right now. If people want to buy a $50 gift card to GameStop, and I would get the PC version on GameStop, and I would split the difference. But right now, that's the easiest way to make that happen. But that is a game that I do want to be playing in the future. So hopefully, I will be able to do that soon. Get that. But we'll have at least one more WWE 2K22 playthrough, probably. Because it'll be probably a little while before I'm able to switch to the new version. The only bummer is that, some people will still be making stuff for the old one. It just depends on how long WWE plans to support the old one, because you never fucking know with them. It could just start being annoying about how long it takes to upload stuff and what gets uploaded and all that shit. Because it's WWE and you can't really trust them to. They want people. Obviously WWE wants people to move to the new game, and yes, I do want to do a CPU versus CPU match in fucking War Games, because I bet that's broken as hell. This is the first time they're including War Games. I did get a very nice comment about how. I'm sorry. I'm gonna look this up because it's a very nice comment that I recently got on my. How to do CPU versus CPU matches in WWE 2K22 video that I posted. I got the comment, we need more like you, Chief. I got my answer in 45 seconds. Thank you. That's because that video is 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and you can just scrub through right to the point. But you can just watch the whole thing if you want. Right now it has 379 views, which is way more than most videos I have. And especially when 2K23 comes out, 2K22 will most likely go on deep discount because they'll still want to make some money on it. So I bet in the future more people will look at it as well, which is fun. I found that to be very funny, that people are like, it'll continue to hopefully help people. But yeah, I didn't make that video really long. Also, I'm talking in it instead of just doing it so that people can also hear me do it. And apparently that has been very beneficial to some folks, which is nice. Should have made a 20-minute video where you only show the relevant info in the last 30 seconds. No, that's not what I'm about. Then you get a bunch of mean comments and dislikes. Or you get people who leave comments with just the time code. He says what it is here. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I don't want to be that. Anyway, that's this stage. You can go in this way too if you want to go here. Let's look at some vehicles. Free play. Lara Croft's Jeep and motorboat. Let's go check out the Jeep and the motorboat. One of the more interesting ones. Simple, but has the interesting twist to it. So obviously in front of the manor, which we cleaned, and we got a boat. We can get on top of the boat, which is always my favorite way to clean, is to jump on top of the boat and clean up here. But I do want to show you Here it is. The doors open. So you don't have to, because like you also have to clean like this part. That's new, friends. The other vehicles, even the ones that don't have a roof, don't have doors that open. This is new tech. They have changed the game. I don't know if it's changing the game, but it is new, and that's cool and weird. It's a blue Jeep, and Laura has a whole fucking story about this Jeep, which is kind of fun. About the person, like it's a good Jeep, like the person that was maintaining it knew what they were doing, which is a funny reference. I was trying to get the dirt in those nooks, and I was shocked to see it could open them, right? Yeah, all of a sudden I just saw like F open door, and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, look, I should ask, wasn't Jeff talking about Call of Duty TikToks with broken builds that hide the actual build to make you watch the whole thing? Yes. So, because TikToks restart, people will flash the information they want you to look at right at the end, so that you have to like watch the whole thing again, because people don't go out of their way to just like, what you should do is, if there's a TikTok that's like that, is you just download that TikTok and then pause and scrub. And then folks of a feminine background, female presenting friends, will femmes out there will do stuff where they're like, what's your pause game like? That's on TikTok and Instagram, where they have some kind of nonsense, and you know it's really quick, and so they want you to keep watching it over and over again because they want you to see the little thing, which was just them in a slightly different outfit. That is a big deal on TikTok. Hey, while I'm talking about TikTok, this is not worth like a whole rant on a regular build stream. I don't think it might come up. I talk sometimes about like, look, it's the internet. Fucking don't hurt anybody, but do whatever you want, and just like I should not be one to say what people should and shouldn't do online that makes them happy or is their fucking thing, or like whatever their lane is, like it's cool, and just let people do their shit. That being said, there is one kind of dude, and it's always fucking dudes. There's one kind of dude that I am sick of seeing on Instagram and TikTok, and that is, and I don't watch these videos, these are just in the recommended or they're in my algorithm. These are the stitch at the end of a video to just be like, what? It's just that. So like, I understand when people want to like, you know, like somebody asks a question and you're like, well, actually I know the answer to this, or I have a good joke answer to this. This will be funny. Like, I understand those people. I'm talking about like, hey, this is a girl who's shaking her ass. And then here's a dude that's just like, I don't know why she did that. And it's like, yes, you do. You damn know why she did that. You also know that the algorithm showed the beginning part of the video and not your reaction. So you are getting reactions, you are getting views because you are reacting in there to a video that people actually want to click on. They don't want to click on your dumbass being like mightier than, holier than thou about like some video. It's the lowest form of fake bullshit forced engagement, and it sucks because at least the people who are like, hey, look at me and my appearance, at least they worked on that appearance in some manner. All you're doing is like reaction videos in the moment, and not even like I'm in the corner, like at the end, like thievery reactions. It sucks. Yeah, no, so Lord Crashing, it's 100% reposting someone's content and then tacking themselves at the end being like, huh? And it sucks. It 100% sucks because because their defense will be like, look, they put that up there and I'm just naturally reacting and people like that. And it's like, no one likes you. No one likes what you do. If they follow you, it's only for the beginning part of your video because you found some attractive person that they can now see, and maybe they can find out the name of that person. At least be funny. If you were gonna like do that kind of shit, at least be entertaining or interesting. Jesus fucking Christ, I hate it. Yes, it is legitimately like the worst kind of So the very worst kind of reaction content is people who act like they didn't get the joke. Because there are people who are like, I mean, if that was me, I'd just leave. And you're like, oh, you didn't get that that video you're reacting to is a joke. Okay. And there are people that you're like, oh, you know that was a joke, but you're acting like you didn't know it so that you can get people who will comment and go, obviously they were joking. Like, obviously it's, yes, you're right, it's not real. Yes, it's the low effort shit. It's like, at least do something. Have some natural reactions. Y'all know I did 7 months of reaction videos. But those reactions were genuine. And there were some that I didn't post because I didn't quite actually have a reaction to it. But those were real, genuine first-time reactions to things. And hopefully we're adding context maybe, or my own surprise, like something like that. Like I tried to make it at least engaging, but also honest, like truthful and honest. That was my main goal with doing that kind of nonsense, was like, well, at the very least I can make this an honest like reaction, and you can see how my like what I'm thinking as I'm watching these videos. And then I stopped doing it because I was tired of it. And also sometimes they would get like content ID'd and demonetized or blocked, and I had to like record them in advance, like way in advance. But a couple of my reaction videos, the originals don't exist on YouTube anymore. I did some reactions to a guy that was that worked in props in Hollywood, some LA prop people, and he was like doing some like stuff, and he took all his shit down off YouTube. So those videos, I think I did like 2 of them, maybe 3. Those reaction videos are the only ways to like natively watch those on YouTube. So it's like, oh, that for, you know, obviously it's not pure archival because you have my dumbass being like, oh yeah, oh ooh, like, oh, that's how they do that. Like, so, you know, it's not pure like it would be if it was the original. But it is kind of nice that they still exist because I reacted to them. Like the video version of that classic reaction face YouTube thumbnail, you're like, oh yeah. There's a reason why my videos would be like 15% more popular if I did custom thumbnails for every video that I make. My Pat Bear's Anime Club videos, which are just the number of the episode, like at the very least what I'm probably going to start doing is putting like the subject in the thumbnail instead of it just being the number of the episode. But I should make custom thumbnails of like me, or like if I'm talking about chill anime, like a couple things, or chill manga, a couple things that I'm talking about in it. Like I should put more effort in the thumbnails, but I know it would only increase like my reach by like a really small percentage. So I don't bother with it. I'd rather make the content than the odds and ends. But I should. I know that. I know that I should do more of it. All right, we did way more of this cheap than I was expecting. I get recommended one job to apply for in LinkedIn as video editor for vertical platforms for Mr. Beast. Fucking yikes! I have also seen that that job application. Yeah, I haven't done a YouTube short. I'm thinking I might record a YouTube short at some point. I have to like make some settings in OBS for that to like make the output. I have to like change my output settings for it. But I've been thinking about doing that and doing like it wouldn't. I don't necessarily want to convert my videos to YouTube shorts, but like what if I did like some YouTube shorts? Like I don't know what it would be. But I probably should do at least one to see how the numbers do. The only bad thing about shorts is the way they change your channel's homepage. Totally. I also don't like them because in subscriptions they don't look like because they're so short, they don't look like, sometimes they don't look like you actually watched the video, which I have, and I want it to look like I watched it. We're on a boat. We're literally on a boat right now. It's pretty fun. Hanging out on a boat. I'm gonna drink a little water. But I should do like a short. I just haven't like bothered to get a setting for recording videos and outputting to that. I'll have to play around because I do a lot of my video stuff in OBS, so I'd have to play around. I mean, I could like edit it in DaVinci or Blender. Because I edit in a bunch of different places. QLuna and G-Pan, yes. I'm on a boat. Because I video edit, like, if it's simple things, like, I just need to clip out, like, the tail end. Because, like, I'll hit record and do a thing. Like, my Wednesday videos, again, I have a new one come out tomorrow. My Wednesday videos, I usually, if I have to edit, like, the tail end of something, because I try to be one take with it, I will just do that in Movie Maker, because I have an old version of Movie Maker, because that's just so easy to load, put stuff on the timeline, delete, like, clip a thing, and then export. It's so simple that I often will use that. But if I'm doing something a little different, a little more complicated, I'll either use DaVinci Resolve, the free version, which can do which can do everything I need it to do, and a lot of stuff is locked, but I don't need to do those things. Or I will do Blender. Blender has you can video edit in Blender. Is it a good idea to video edit in Blender? No. But you can use the timeline for video. They do allow it. It is not, I would not say it is a good place to start, but I haven't used Premiere in a very long time, and I certainly can, and but I would. Of all the programs I used to use that I don't use anymore, the one I miss the most is QBasic. God, I wish I haven't looked in a while to see if there is a Windows equivalent to QBasic out there yet. Not QBasic, not QBasic. What the hell? It's not QBasic, is it? No, it's Q something or other. Why can I not remember the name of it? Oh my God, it's a program that was Mac only. So let's see. Q. I forget. I really do forget the name of this program. That's so weird that I can't remember the name of it. It's so weird that I don't remember the name of this program. Anyway, there's a video program that I used to use that it's been so long since I did tech that I just don't remember. I did live theater tech. I just don't remember the name of the program, which is so funny. I'm like looking up the programs here. Yeah, I'm just like, what is the name of, like, I just don't remember. I don't, QLab, that's the name of it. QLab. I guess like QBasic. QLab is a program that I really miss using. QLab PC version. Is there like a, what's good that? So it's for Mac, and it's a sound video. You can make a like a playlist and then just import whatever you want into it. VLC kind of does that. You can kind of use VLC as that, which is like what I would probably do as a QLab alternative. But basically, like, you can, if you want, you can have like a lighting board hooked up to your computer, to your Mac, and then you can like program lighting cues, and you just hit spacebar, 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 and just do all of it. You can have your videos play, and lighting and sound. Hit the bar, play the sound, hit the bar again, fade the sound out over 3 seconds. You can just program everything, and then you're just hitting shoot, 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 just going for it. And so now I'm like, I'm like in my head, I'm like, I wonder if anyone has made a good version. Again, the closest alternative to that that I have found is VLC, but VLC is like fine. Like, I do video playlists for VLC, but like, you don't really want to have a bunch of those things. And also, like, there's always a chance you're going to play a song in VLC, and like an image of the file is going to show up. So like, that's, QLab understands that. Also, you can't do lighting cues in VLC. All right, let's go back into, whoops, no, we're going to try to finish this special. We're going to go to Tomb Raider, going to go continue campaign. We're at 99%. We're going to try to finish this job. I liked editing videos on the HD Elgato Record Stream Edit app because it was simple, but the 4K app only allows recording a video. Oh, or hey, well, welcome. Hello. You started the mansion early today. Oh, nice. Yeah. I did that the day this pack came out. We did the mansion, and so this is all I have left to do is this room. We've got this cool thing here. Got a fun sound effect. Glass that you can see in, which is fun. We got a gnome and a globe and a sound cue for that. But right now we are in the we're in the end here. You can see I don't have a lot left to clean, but it's a lot of small bullshit. So we're gonna jump to this extension, and then let's see. We'll just do like yeah. Oops. And then we're just gonna clean some stuff up. So this is the very last thing. Let me see if I can go to the shop here. The very last piece of equipment you can buy, which was not in the game originally, which was added towards the end of the full 1.0 release, is this. The Prime Vista Pro triple tip nozzle. This thing is great. It is not in the free play for most things, but it is expensive. And it whips ass. It is so good for just hitting large areas. Like now, obviously, we can't really do too many large areas because we've cleaned a lot of them. But like, let's see, if I do like this here, we're getting the 3 nozzles here, and then if you do the free shot, you can really hit a lot of this area and just like really get in there. Stuff like the skate park. It just makes that very easy to do. The Tri-Blast. But I often like using the yellow. Yellow, for whatever reason, is the one I like the most. And then we'll just switch to this. So right now, we're going to try to finish this up tonight. Anyway, I can't believe I couldn't remember the name of QLab. I miss QLab so much. It was so nice for doing tech to just dump like... I think yellow nozzle is everyone's go-to. Totally. No game needs to be game. Plus, you can replay a campaign with tri-tip. Yes, I would love to restart the game, but I just have the cool tri-tip one. All right, so now we're just hitting areas here. We're just going to hit a bunch of stuff, whatever we can, clean up a bunch of things, and then we'll start really getting in there, really just spraying. So here's the thing that used to happen to me back in the old days when I worked, 4 to 5 to 7 days a week doing comedy show stuff, theater tech. Variety shows. You get a lot of people coming through. Some of them are young. Some of them are new to the comedy game. They are like, I've got a funny idea that involves a lot of images that need to be displayed because I know this venue has a projector and a screen or a bunch of TVs or something. And you're like, cool. I've got something. I'm going to do a funny thing. So I'm just going to like show up with a USB with a bunch of images on it. Not in a PowerPoint or a slideshow. I'll just give you all these images. So with QLab, I could just dump all the images and then just have them. But I used to have to like, come on. Especially when Google did their version of PowerPoint. I'm like, you can just do it in your Google and then send me an invitation of your thing, and then I'll just load it up. Like once Google Sheets came out, it's just like there is no excuse for making me do your work. Oh, it was so frustrating. Because it'd be like, what? It's just like 50 images, which are not sized properly, and and maybe numbered. Like, what's wrong? It's like, no, you have to do that shit. But with QLab, you could just dump it in and then associate all the files with the projector or whatever device you want to send it to. It worked out pretty good. I do miss using QLab because it was very easy. Now you got me thinking. Now I'm like, all right, I wonder if anyone's actually made a good PC version of QLab, because that was, unfortunately, the only way. It was Mac only. Disrespect to tech group. I mean, like a lot of it, like I said, is just like, oh, I've got a guitar for this bit. I'm going to show up here with my guitar. And you're like, okay, did you bring an amp? No. Okay. All right. Well, we do have DI boxes. Do you have your own cable? Because your cable with your guitar is probably going to be better for you to use than whatever things I have here in this venue that like I maintain, but like, you know, like why would you leave that up to me? Like why would you not even email like the person that booked you to be like, hey, do you have hey, do you have a piano? Like the fact that there were so many people that would never ask if we had like a keyboard or a piano in a venue, they would just show up and go, okay, so I need you to use the keyboard, and be like, what fucking keyboard? Oh, you saw one person use it once? Did you wonder if maybe they brought it? You know, just like nonsense like that. I got used to it, but I was also often pretty fucking grumpy about that shit. I was very good at my job. So I would become pretty grumpy with people that were seemingly not respecting that job that I was doing my goddamn best at. You know, I could talk shit because I was very skilled at what I did. All right, how do I get in there? Maybe I guess I got to go up here. I got to go up here to clean this part. So we'll just do that. Yes. I do that at people's houses. Hey, I'm here and I expect the piano. I don't play piano. Right, and John? John knows what's up. Lord Christian says, don't mess with Bear in his cave. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, whatever. That was the thing. I was very good at what I did, so I was able to be, in many instances, a little more shitty. Not shitty to people, but just like, I didn't have to hold my tongue, I guess, which some people did find very annoying. That I wouldn't just go like, oh, yeah, no, it's no problem. I'd just be like, well, that's weird that you did that. I would just tell people that I did not appreciate what the choices they had made and their lack of critical thinking skills. I had someone. This would be probably, this is probably 10 years ago, right? So after 2010, I had somebody show up with like CDs, like in the bygone era, in the bygone before times, when you had like music cues, right? You'd bring a mix CD in because a tech booth would have a CD player, and that's how you would have your songs go, right? There existed a period in time, young friends, you might not know this. There existed a period in time where I'm just gonna get the ladder. There existed a period of time where you didn't have in your home a CD burner. You couldn't burn CDs in the house. You didn't have the technology to burn CDs, right? So you would bring a stack of CDs and like a listing of what tracks you wanted. Like, oh, we want to do this song, and then so theaters would have 2 CD players, like big CD players, and then you would just like, okay, I'm going to have to put this track on the top one there, and then I'm going to need a gun sound effect, so the gun sound effect I'm going to keep in the bottom, and then I'm going to have to swap, and hey, we're going to put a pause here, and you do all that. But in the 2010s or whatever, if you're not bringing me an iPod, you're bringing me or a USB. If you're not bringing me honestly, bring me a fucking USB with all the MP3s you need. If you're not doing that, and you're bringing me a stack of fucking CDs, like I'm gonna say, okay, give me 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna rip all your CDs on the computer I have, which still has a disk drive for DVDs. It's for like Blu-rays or whatever and emergencies. But I'm not expecting to ever need to put CDs in there and rip them. Unbelievable. John says, I want to see Pat's face when someone comes in with a mini disc. So, analog mini discs were fucking rad in the year 2000. In the year 2000, I used mini discs quite a bit in my job because we did not have a computer that had a CD drive in it. That we had a laptop that we used for like PowerPoint and stuff, but it didn't have a working CD drive in it, so I couldn't do that. So people would bring in like 6 or 7 discs, and they go, okay, so I need these tracks, and then I would analog, mind you. There were big fucking like the same kind of stuff that your parents had in their like sound system, right? Like big CD players. They had ones that had a disc or a CD and a mini disc, and you could record mini discs analog. So you would play the track you wanted on the CD and hit record on the mini disc. And so like some comedy shows would have all of the stuff I needed for their show on like one mini disc instead of bringing like a stack of CDs. And that is what we did before we got a CD burner or a computer that could run iTunes, and then we would just rip stuff on the computer. But I used to do that in the same way that I used to run video on DVD, or sometimes I would run video on USB because we had the DVD player we had a good USB port, so you could run it all there. I was old enough to know how cool they were, but young enough not to have a job, so I never had them. Oh, yeah. And then eventually they made digital mini disc players, which was nonsense. There's no point in having a digital mini disc player. Like, what are we talking? What are we doing here? But the analog mini disc player saved my bacon quite a number of times in complicated sketch shows where I needed all that. The other essential website that, for me, was sounddogs.com. I've talked about sounddogs.com before. Sounddogs.com rules. It was just a website where you could look up sound effects and then right-click on the sound effect and download it. So you did not have to purchase sound effect CDs anymore. If you wanted like different style gunshots or like a machine gun or like creaky sounds, like creaky stairs, you could just find whatever you needed. And did they want you to pay for them? Of course. But could you right-click a preview and save the preview, which was maybe a little lower quality, but you weren't filming a short film. You're not making a TV show. You're just a sketch show in a basement underneath a grocery store in New York. What the fuck do you care? That ruled. That was unbelievable. You wouldn't download a sound effect. Yes, I would. Lord Crashington, the most annoying format I received, VHS tape. When I first started doing comedy, tech in the year 2000 and 2001, and then in 2002 when I started doing it full time, there were people who were stuck in the past, and they would bring in VHS tapes of their videos for their show, and so you would have to preview the video and then like mute the sound, and then in the booth I would have to like fast forward through the black in between, and that was really annoying because we had a computer. Just bring me a video file. Or a DVD. We had a DVD player, but no. Some people were stuck in the past, and I had to keep around a VCR for a very long time, and it was really frustrating. One of the best, weirdest things is, do some of y'all remember the Macs that were clamshells? They had like a cool like color on the front, but they folded like they look like a clamshell. That not like the fold exactly in half style of laptop. Those laptops, that style of laptop had video out. Now it didn't have a like the MacBook Pros had S video out. It didn't have VGA out. It didn't have adapters to things. It had RCA out through the headphone jack. You might remember that style of headphone jack, the old version, that you would get like that were for like video cameras that would give you like, or like digital cameras that would give you a yellow and white. It didn't give you the red because it was mono out. clamshells natively, you could plug in a an RCA cable and get RCA out, composite out natively out of the headphone jack, and that made that one of the best kinds of laptops because you didn't need to adapt VGA. You didn't need a box to adapt VGA because there were VGA to RCA slash S video adapters out there. And those were a pain in the ass to use because some of those VGA adapters didn't work right. They just didn't natively work with certain computers, depending on the VGA output. But those clamshells were really great. Just hook it up to a computer or a TV. Yeah, right. Yeah, and so you could just hook it up to, in this case, a splitter that would send a signal out because the UCB Theater in New York, the Chelsea Theater, started with, in the very earliest days, when I moved in there in 26th Street, the very earliest days, video signals went out to 2 televisions, from a VCR to 2 televisions, through coax cable out of a VCR, and then a splitter, and it would go to 2 TVs on stage. That is how we did video in 2001. Then we got a projector, and we switched to doing RCA out of a DVD player or VCR. And then RCA eventually became S-Video, and I got long S-Video cables, and I ran that to an S-Video splitter. And then eventually, we were S-Video for a very long time. And then we switched to SDI because we had HD TVs, and we didn't want to run long HDMI cables because that's bad. But you could run SDI. You could run boxes to SDI to boxes. So you were going from HDMI to SDI adapters to HDMI on the other end. You don't miss the days of S-Video. I got very good at not breaking or bending S-Video pins. I got very good at being delicate with that, mostly because I would have adapters that that wouldn't break as easily, and I would use those quite a bit. All right, so plank ceiling here is done. Plank ceiling here is done. Now we're just going to go in. We haven't hit the 99%. Arched ceiling sections. We got 2 left of those. We've got one of the glass cases we haven't finished. Let's do that glass case. Yeah, we got a glass case to do. We got a ceiling beams. Not a lot left here. Let's find the glass case that we haven't cleaned. Let me drink a little water. There are, so when we only had a projector, here's the glass case that I need to clean. You can see here. When we only had a projector, it was fine because you would just cover the video on the projector before you would send out any image. But then when we added TVs, you couldn't do that. And then we got this thing called the Black Burst. The Black Burst is one of the coolest fucking things I've ever used. It just sends a black image. So I would preview stuff in the tech booth and then switch out from the Black Burst and not send the black image. But it just sent an image because if you weren't sending a signal to certain TVs, they would blue screen you. So you had to send something. And the thing that you would end up sending was the Black Burst. I missed that. I missed the Black Burst. It was so fucking cool. That's when you had a mix of projectors and TVs. That was the easiest thing to do. SDI was nice because you didn't have to worry about transmission length and shielding. Yes, you didn't have to shield anything. Like, you can buy really long HDMI cables. It's just they suck ass. The actual real solution to dealing with bullshit HDMI is you have to get an HDMI booster. You can get booster cables. They're very expensive, and they only really boost one way. So you have to know which way you're laying HDMI. So if you want to have like a projector somewhere in the booth, you can't reuse that cable to send a different signal like back to the booth. So the actual answer to all of that is to use SDI cables and then adapters on either end because it won't fuck up your signals. And of course, it sucks ass to do that, but you got to because you need to send out a signal over a long distance. And you can't just run a long HDMI because it might work for your laptop. The signal might work for your laptop, but it won't work if you have the adapter for your phone. If you want to do lightning to HDMI and control something on your phone, you can't with just a regular HDMI cable without the booster. Yes, HDMI, long HDMI is not what you want. Okay, fireplace sidewalls, fireplace wall molding, ceiling beam. So one of the ceiling beams here needs to be cleaned. We got the ceiling support beam. One of these ceiling beams is still dirty, and we'll figure that where that is. And some of the fireplace needs to get done. Fireplace wall molding. You can see here. So we're gonna. Oh, we got that done. Side wall needs to get cleaned. There you go. Wall molding done. Side wall done. All we have left is the ceiling beam. If the room was too warm, the change in impedance was enough for it to lose sync. Yes. Oh, a 50-foot one. Yeah. Yeah, no. Long HDMI cables are, you got to spend the money, and you've got to get like AJA. You got to get like AJA adapters that do HDMI or display to SDI, and you got to do that. And then you also have to make sure that like if you're doing with a computer, you have to make sure the AJA likes that computer and has the right software. Okay, we only have one thing left. It is, we got to find it. All right, we have one ceiling beam that we got to do. Jeff Bezos' basic cables aren't going to cut it. No. You can have the game highlight the missing area. You're right. We can do this. And that will highlight it. Right? Is that how you do that? I can't remember. There it is. Thank you, Lord Crashington. I could not remember that this is the last thing that I had to do here. This is the last one. You can see it's dirty over there. There we go. Job complete. This was it. This was the last part of that. Now you can see me clean this whole thing. That is a nice feature. I forgot about that. Thank you, Lord Crashington. I did forget about that feature of clicking it so it would highlight. That's also nice for like vehicles where you just can't see the part that you need to clean. I am now indeed ready for the Final Fantasy VII pack, which comes out on March 2nd, I want to say. I believe, yes, it's a Thursday release. I don't know if we're going to cover it on the 7th because that'll be 2 weeks from tonight. And we just did PowerWash Simulator. I hope the bar has the basement floor. But we will look at it. I just don't know if we're going to look at it March 7th because it's only 2 weeks from now. Also, that way I can, I can like look at it and do some of it, and because starting right from the beginning, I didn't love, which we did the last time we looked at this. Yeah, so we got the treasure room, we got the manor. We'll go back to that because we haven't looked at that. But we finished the campaign. We could restart the campaign if I wanted to. I could just restart. I don't want to. But we'll go to Craft Manor, start the job. We're now erasing our project on that, but that's fine. And, I dropped some frames tonight. My apologies, friends. I didn't even notice. This was the first job. This is a weird first job, I want to say. So, John, GDQ did have a speed run. They speed run multiplayer vehicle only, and they go through all the vehicles with a bunch of people. And I don't know if there are other speedrunning categories, but that's the one that ended up in GDQ. So you can find it on GDQ's the Games Done Quick's YouTube, and it's a fun run. I would recommend that run. That run is pretty great. In free play, we don't have the good nozzle, which is frustrating. Why don't they? I don't know why free play doesn't give you the good the tri nozzle. That's weird. Like that's not as fun without it. 6-player tri-tip run is very fun and weird. Totally. Multiplayer speed runs I find fun in general. Totally, yes, yeah, I think it was great. Especially because there's like somebody who's like, there's one person who like they have to like go on like theirs is like the canonical one because the syncs are all fucked up between 6 people. So that I do find that enjoyable. But yeah, this was like a weird large first area to go through. But unfortunately, we don't have like the good tri-tip spray or sprayer, which is weird. But we can use this in free play. Can just use unlimited cleaning liquid in free play. So we can do that. So that's not the same. Tri-tips fuck up the sink when all 6 have it. Yes. Yes, everyone has to be loaded. It's a whole thing. But that is a fun run. I recommend that. So yeah. See, even this doesn't fully clean the windows. You can see that. The unlimited spray. It does a good job. I don't think you should have to refill if it's unlimited, but that's just me. We've already cleaned 1% of this whole big area. We got over here, and then we got... I didn't realize what this thing was. I thought, at first, this was the face, and it just... Like, that is the face, right? Like, I wasn't sure if this was like a face and a tail, or if it was like... I didn't realize this was the tail. I thought this was the face of an animal, and that was the butt. But then I realized that the wings go this way. It's a weird fish, yes. Yes, I did work on this fountain when we did the last one. But yeah, I didn't realize this was a weird fish with wings, and that was the face. I assumed that was the butt, and it was like a swan. I really didn't understand this when I first cleaned it. Yes, it doesn't really even do the job. This does a better job than the spray. The spray is very good on graffiti when you don't have high power performance sprayers and you got to get through some graffiti. I have money now, but you know what? Hey, let's look in the shop. Let's buy some cosmetics. Let's buy some clothes. Well, maybe we'll modifications here. There's a bunch of different cool things for the sprayers. I mean, that looks pretty cool. Flower power is kind of fun. That's not bad. I like that. That's kind of fun. But yeah, we haven't. Then we got clothing, different suits and stuff. You know what? Let's spend $50 on some cool black gloves. That's fun. And then cleaning stuff here. I like that. And then go to options. No, that's not options. Career mode. Do all that. And we can also go to, the various things, hit the menu and all that. I'll say this. This has totally been worth the game in early access. Totally worth checking out. Even though I don't do challenge mode ever, I still really enjoy it. It is still a super fun game that I've gotten just a lot of enjoyment out of. I forgot. Yeah, the messages. You can get back into that. Yeah, I'm still finding stuff to do in it and still enjoying the opportunity. Whoops, cancel. I don't want to go multiplayer. Join a co-op game, all that stuff. Yeah. I got to modify here. It is cool. Yeah. I think that's it. I think we're probably gonna call it quits there. This is a fun game. I still recommend it. I didn't do a top 10 games list of 2022. This would be on it. along with Tunic, and probably Hitman. Just for playing Hitman a lot, because I didn't play. Oh, I'm dropping even more frames. Ooh, that's bad. This is a good time to get out of here because I'm dropping a ton of frames and my connection is all kinds of fucked up. Those watching the local copy, you'll have no problems. But yeah, internet bad now. Gonna raid. We're gonna raid. Folks that are watching the YouTube thing don't have to deal with that, but yeah, we always end with a raid. Okay, my internet connection is back. I dropped so many frames there. Yeah, I got to power wash those frames. So that's bad. I haven't had drop frames in a while. Hope that does not affect next week's stream. If it affects this week's stream, anything this week, it's fine. We'll deal with it. But I'm on a good wired connection right now. So hopefully that's just a bump in the road. Maybe something on Twitch's end. Anyway, we are going to end with a raid. That is how we end every stream. We're going to find somebody doing some cool shit out there. Go give them a little bit of love. Let's see. Who's doing stuff that we want to go hang out with? This is a Tuesday. You know what? Sebmal is playing Bowser's Fury. That's fun. Sebmal is good people. So we're going to go hang out with Sebmal. Feel free to come along on this raid. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. Thank you for spending some of your night or day or whatever with me. I will be back on Thursday to finish up the Gundam Elfried and then start something new. What that new thing is, I won't know because until I do a poll tomorrow for my $10 patrons to decide. But I'll have something new to start. Thanks so much for spending some time with me. Thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of your night. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye to you.